What's up, boys? It's your favorite YouTuber, Twitcher, Twitterer, whatever that we do. We do everything right, the Nostalgic Gaming channel, and we're back at it again with Fable Friday. We love this series because we get to just go out and do whatever we want in this amazing world of Albion. So let's get straight into it. If you guys remember correctly, last time we fought Twinblade, right? But we didn't have any sound, so this is already much better because the sound's back here. We fought Twinblade. We made the decision to execute Twinblade because I feel like that's the evil decision, right? Rather than letting a man who's realized he's made mistakes walk away and reform, we killed him. And we get 120 plus evil points for that, right? I can't complain about getting 120 plus evil points. And we get the bandit seal, and you know what that means, right? What that proves?
That was a very impressive victory, hero. But Maze has more news for you at the guild. I suggest you return here at once. You've received a new quest card. Check the guild for more quests.
Oh my god, Maze went through so many different things there, the guildmaster. But that proves that we are the king of all bandits, or the king of all pirates, or whatever we want to be. And somehow breaking that barrel was evil, even though it doesn't seem to be anybody else's. And sleeping in this bed is evil, even though it doesn't seem to be anybody else's. And we get that weapon there that we stole from the side of the tent. And who knew bandits eat tofu? Who'd have thought that they'd be so health conscious, right? And I don't think there's really anything else really good in these barrels. Oh, there's some appas, right? And some green appas at that, so we'll take that. We'll take that. But in case you guys didn't notice earlier, there's that little fighting circle here. And if we're already king of the pirates and king of the bandits, we might as well be king of the fighters, right? King of all fighters. I'm gonna bust out my inner Terry. I'm gonna bring out my Kazuya. I'm gonna bring out my king. I'm gonna bring out my Soul Calibur. I'm gonna bring out everybody, every major Chun-Li, every major fighter there is. I'm gonna channel them. Well, maybe not Chun-Li because she does all kicks, and my guy only knows how to do punches.
Now, I'm the head of this fistfighters gang.
I see you've clashed before. You're in.
Look, his voice
You
changes.
Up for a bit of a scrap. To take part, you'll need 50 gold. You'll get gold for every round you win, and even more if you can avoid getting hit.
You can lose by taking too many hits or stepping.
You might be a powerful hero, so...
Get ready. The punching's about to start.
For some reason, that guy's accent just becomes egregiously bad. Like, it just changes, like he's a totally different person. But I'm glad the punching's about to start. That's what I was waiting for. No more talk, just punch. Call me Hawaiian, because I'm about to punch. We're getting right into the mix of it, right? We're going to test our might here. And I won't lie to you guys, I had to do this twice because the first time I took a punch right at the end. But it's okay. I want that full victory. I want that undisputed dub. So I reset it, and thank goodness I get a good run here early, right? I think I found the trick. You gotta wait till they do their three punch combo, and then you just kick them in the back. Kick some back. Luckily, these guys go down pretty easy. But in this one, the further you go, like, I feel like the punching gets more progressively longer. Like, I have to hit the guys more often to actually win. And we get up, and I almost lock onto the wrong guy, right? Which could be disastrous. So they usually do like a 2-punch, quick punch, and then like a really heavy 3rd punch, right? And look at this. Okay, I'm just kicking his back. I was like, yeah, this is going to be easy dubs. And then I miss a couple, and I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm about to ring out. Get me back in the ring. And thank goodness I rolled into the ring. I was rolling the wrong direction. See, I wouldn't even have kicked him out. I still needed 2 more. That was a very close call. I've never been DQ'd like that before, but... now the big boss feels like he has to deal with me. I don't know why they're booing me. They should be putting up... I put in a good show. I haven't been punched yet. And luckily the big bosses are bigger targets, like they have a bigger hitbox. So they're actually easier than the guy before them. Believe it or not, unpopular opinion.
That makes you the new champion.
Of course. after we walk away victorious, right, we continue to raid the abandoned camp. The only thing we do find, I think we do find another like potion of skill or will in one of the barrels. And we do end up finding a treasure chest a little bit further down that I had missed by the dealer that gives you the opportunity to win the interior pass. So further down by the water, I missed a chest, and I don't even remember this chest. So I feel like it's one that I've probably always missed, or maybe it's because I'm pretty good about remembering things about. I don't remember things about real life. I have a terrible memory. But when it comes to video games and maps and treasures, the real priorities, my mind is always very good about remembering those things, right? So if you look out to the left, watch, let me take care of all these barrels, right? These bad barrels. And for some reason I get evil points for that. This is legitimately a bandit camp. And over here I see some barrels and I see a chest. And this is where we find the Age of Skill and Will Potion. Like that's a come up. I didn't even know that was there. And we'll take that 500 gold. You know we take that 500 gold.
Someone to watch your back?
We refuse to hire the bandit. But there's nothing really much else here, so I'm going to skip forward. It's just me trolling around the town for a minute. Let's skip forward to where we end up cashing in all our prizes. I actually snap the line as soon as I get on there, but there's nothing interesting in the water. So we make it back to the guild, still shirtless, right? And we talk to the guildmaster.
He's waiting for you in his...
And he tells us that Maze has a big important quest for us. But more importantly than that, it's time to massacre some traders, right? We already helped those traders get through Darkwoods. We saved them from a werewolf. But that was too much good karma for us, so it's time to get some bad karma back. And surprisingly, we didn't really get a lot of EXP from that last quest, right? I did get a lot of general EXP, so I power up Guile again. Right, we power up Toughness once. And I actually end up finding the spell that I have in multi-arrow. I haven't really ever used that, and I buy Infernal Wrath. You guys are kind of see it's a big disappointment. Maybe I don't have it high enough level yet, but it seems to be a big disappointment. But I have that multi-arrow, right, and I have it upgraded. You guys are going to see that
now
one
stealthy enough to use the lockpick expression.
come into play later, and that's a fantastic. I never realized how overpowered it is.
I think we can do a special offer for you, sir.
And unlocking the lockpick expression is going to do leaps and bounds for our coin purses, for our pockets. We're about to be balling out. The entire region of Albion is in danger now that we know how to pick locks, right? I don't even think that was something that was in the base game, because I'm pretty sure I powered up Guile all the way. Let's do some boasts. We're gonna do it with no protection. We're gonna do this one naked again because we haven't done that in a while. We're actually gonna do no damage. Wow, I'm impressed that I choose that. But the don't use any weapons one is almost impossible to do. How can am I just gonna use my fists? We're gonna complete the quest in under 4 minutes like a goat. And we're going to make sure that no bandits die. Wow, I picked a lot of very hard quests for this one. I don't even remember this quest. So I'm going to have to do some really deep self-reflection on why I did this to myself later when I hate myself and realize that I shouldn't have done all those things. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to get some better gear for this quest here, right? I realized it's going to be tough, so I was like, hey, there's 2 demon doors I haven't done yet. Maybe I should skip over and do those, right? Show you guys a little bit of demon door action. So first off, the demon door that I usually do with the 2 traders, and I always regret it, is the combat demon door. So you first run into that one when you are taking the traders through Darkwoods. And basically, he challenges you and says, hey, if you can take care of all my guardians, I'll allow you entrance into my door. He just wants to test your mettle in combat, right? So I always make the mistake of being cocky and just, if I have the traders with me, I'll do it anyways. Because why not, right? I'd rather see it and I'd rather fight them there. And then I always end up regretting it because the traders get attacked while because there's so many of the little minions, and sometimes they die, and it's like, okay, now my quest has failed, or I lose one of them or whatever. And look, this Infernal Wrath is garbage. I don't even know if it's hitting anybody. I don't know if it's because they're on an elevated surface and they're not on the right plane or what, but it didn't seem to do any damage to either the traders or the bad guys. Because I would have even accepted damage to the traders. In fact, it's an evil spell, like, why not? And look at this. A little circle in the water, some bubbles. That must mean there's something really cool in here, right? Okay. And we're trying it in, and this fish fights. I kid you not. This fish is probably one of the toughest ones in the entire game, and you think we're gonna get a reward that reflects that level of intensity, right? And I'm spamming the X button because I'm using a PlayStation controller. I know Fable's a Microsoft game, and they'd probably be very mad that I'm using my PlayStation controller, but I'm spamming the X button, and I finally catch it, right? And all I get is a moonfish. Now, I don't know personally if a moonfish is anything special. I don't know if it's like, if I eat it, it turns to night, or if something like that. I should probably have checked it out. But I was very disappointed that that happened. And now that I've cleared this area out, there's always going to be a troll here. Every time you come back, there's going to be a troll, right? And this is supposed to help give you enough, like, base to get into this door. But this right here is the hardest demon door in the entire game. I will kid you not, in every single other playthrough I've done, I've never been able to get into this demon door. Just because I didn't even know how much you needed to get your combat multiplier up, because every time I get it up, I just never seem to be able to get it. So I'm thinking, okay, we tried 10 before, 10 didn't work. Okay, 11 seems like it might work. But I kill him at 11, and it's not high enough. So I'm going to save you guys a lot of pain and suffering, because I grinded to get into that door, and that's the majority of the time I spent in this portion was grinding to try and get into that door. So I'm going to speed through this first little grind session just to show you how close, how long it took me to get in there, right? In total, let's see, it took me about 20 minutes of grinding. Mostly because I'm bad at the game. Also, because it's a very difficult demon door, and every time you leave, it just seems to randomly take away your combat multiplier at random increments, right? So, this first portion is not that bad. I just kind of go through and beat them up and get that combat multiplier higher. Those shamans, though, are going to be the death of me one of these days, just because they always end up sniping you, right? And granted, I had to look up a guide later to see kind of what the recommended thing was. So they said you should try and get 17 combat multiplier before you get out, because you want to hit 14 for the demon door. That's the thing that they need, is 14. But you also want to use spells like slow time or anything to slow down your combat multiplier loss, right? And thank goodness that one shaman that hit me didn't just take away all my combat multiplier. So I'm at 20 here, right? I think to myself, oh, you know, it'd be a fantastic idea. I wonder what would happen if I drink one of those Age of Skill and Age of Will potions. I wonder if I'd get a perk. Actually, wait, no, that was later. Sorry. But I'm thinking to myself, oh, look at me, I'm big chillin'. Like, I have 10. I'm like, oh, this guy will give me quite a few. Like, I'll just crunch him down real quick. It'll be easy. Easy shmoney. Right? So I'm crunching him. I make it out. And I got 14. And I try and talk to the demon door. And right at the last second, it goes down to 13. And legitimately, I didn't know that it was supposed to be 14. I was like, shoot. I thought I had 14. 14 wasn't high enough. I have to get even higher than that. And I was a little bit mad, I'm not going to lie. But it's okay. We ended up figuring it out later. So now we bring ourselves over to the next demon door. Thankfully, it's right around this little path here, because this place is spooky. I'm not a fan of this dark, foggy. Actually, I am a fan of it. but I'm not a fan of this dark, spooky area. So what's this demon door got to say?
Beware, traveler. I block the way to all but the most combat hardened. If you request, my guardians will test your mettle in combat. Meet their challenge, and the reward I hide is yours. I see you are ready for your test. Very well. Guardians, attack!
So all we have to do is take out all these guardians, right? Seems simple enough, but man, he summons a ton of guardians. So I think I might as well give my spell another go, right? But I'm not even getting like points for casting it. So I don't know if the spell is bugging and it's not rendering, or like what the issue is with it. Maybe one day I'll be able to use my spells properly. It seems like the remastered, they kind of screwed up the spell system. I don't know if that's me or if that's like a common knowledge bug or something, but it seems like the spell system in this game is not great, because I can't even change my spells and use multiple at the same time, where before when I played on console, I distinctly remember I could do that. So I pick up the steel pick that I stole from those bandits, right? I was like, I might as well use it, right? I try and use every weapon I come across just to see what it's like in the game. Oh my god, that guy gave me a combo wombo. He womboed me all the way down. Oh, and these, all of a sudden these shamans know how to swing their staff and hit me pretty hard with it. And this weapon I'm using is not very good. I learned that very quickly here. As I'm fighting these guys, I'm like, wow, this barely gives any damage. It's very heavy to swing. Look, see, that guy with his staff, his lighter staff, is able to hit me way faster than I'm able to hit him. So I think I end up having, to switch here, because I go, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to fight the elite guards with this steel club. It's not working out for me. So we got to go to the Wellows pick hammer, especially because I know what's coming up next with that grinding session. I go, I'm going to have to for sure use this thing, this bad boy here. And luckily, I have abundant health potions. Otherwise, I'd be in some trouble, because these little hobs are a tough enemy for whatever reason. Like, because they're tiny, right? They're hard to see, they're fast, and they always come in hordes. They always come in mobs. You'll never really see a hob, like, by themselves. Whereas, like, you'll see bandits, and they're usually spread out, and they'll 1v1 you. 1v1 me, bro. Hobs, no.
You defeated my guardians. I am knackered. Go on, get yourself through.
So, after we knackered that guy thoroughly, he's been thoroughly knackered, whatever that means, we end up finally making entrance into this demon door here. And it's a pretty good looking one, right? And that's when I decided to myself that I'm not using Infernal Wrath, because it's trash. It's absolute garbage. I've never used a multi-arrow spell, so I'm curious how it works. But we get to the chest, and we find some Dark Will User's boots. That's good. Some Dark Will User's gloves, some Dark Will User's upper robe, lower robe. So we end up looking probably like a bad guy mage, right? We're going to be that bad boy mage. What would Billie Eilish call us? A bad guy? Duh. And look at those things. Those are drippy. So the love one came from, like, the nice light will colored users came from the love demon door. And this one came from the combat demon door. What a nice little juxtaposition of light and dark, good and evil, right? The nice demon door gives you the loving clothes, the nice bright, the good guy. You have a happy life. The combat demon door gives you the evil robes. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm a fighting boy. You guys saw me punch out all those dudes in the ring. Ain't no one stands against me. I just see red, you know? When I get in this game, and I get into a fist fight, I just see red. There's no stopping that. So watch the power of my new spell here, my multi-arrow. While I wouldn't call myself an angel, I would call myself at least this spell as powerful as an angelic spell, right? I took down that troll massively fast. Okay, and this is the part where I grind and I grind and I grind, so I'm gonna do extra fast forward. If you guys would like to skip to about, let's see, I'll tell you what, probably 25 minutes. So here, what happened was I got super freaking close. I want to show you guys. I was extremely close. I was literally within like a second or two of being able to do it. But I decided to drink this Age of Skill potion, right? And it ends up increasing my multiplier or my speed going down, right? So now I come out. I had 20 and now I'm back to 10, right? And there was another similar one where a goblin hit me. I was at like 21 and a goblin hit me and knocked me down to like 10 for some reason, or 15. So, a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But I did get an achievement for using that Age of Skill potion while at 20 multiplier. So if you're an achievement hunter, make sure you do that. And he got in the way. I couldn't get through. So again, another close call. But I hit it by just 1 second. I missed it. So here, guys, I'll skip you right to the end because I don't want you guys to have to see any more grinding. We went in with 12. We came back with 21, boys. And luckily, this last hob in the end gives me that little boost to keep my multiplier up, right? Look how much I took another Age of Skill potion or Age of Will potion with the 20 multiplier, and it gave me a ton of experience. And thank goodness the trolls got a good spawn this time. RNGesus was on our side protecting us, and we just clobber him, right? I was like, I'm just gonna take this hit. I'm gonna keep clobbering him, and we have halfway. That should be enough. And finally we're able to make it in, but I almost couldn't because I almost couldn't talk to him.
You are the man. Get your ass through here.
Hey, yo. What a creepy thing to say. But hey, we finally made it in. Thank goodness. That took a lot of grinding. It took a lot of years, a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, a lot of soul. And let's see, this is a beautiful demon door in here. The butterfly house. Let's see what we get. The Cutlass Bluefang. And we get Horde mode 2 out of 10. And this weapon looks extremely strong. It's 165 plus 45. So we equip it immediately. Look at that thing glow. It's shining like a diamond. And there's not really much else in this demon door, which is kind of unfortunate because it's beautiful and the music sounds really nice. And look at the atmosphere. But there's no real fishing spots. There's nothing too interesting. I try and hit a fish just in case. Maybe we'll catch something interesting because it's actually in a demon door. Or maybe there's no fish in here because it's a demon door. But we'll hit this lick. And this is a much easier fish. And we end up catching, let's see, a fish. It literally just says fish. That's not exciting. if I recall correctly, that's going to be probably the majority of what I did in this episode here. But let's watch how quick I can kill this troll with this. Wow, look at that combat multiplier fly. That combat multiplier is flying. And oh man, I take 2 hits from the troll? That's crazy, but that thing was flying. So I was like, okay, here, let's use my brand new lockpicking ability to break into Oakvale, right? Or to borrow fields, because I wanted to steal the mushroom, so I go to borrow fields. Little do I know, I step right in the thick of it. I'm right in the mix of this quest here.
You're here. About time too. I'm afraid some of the lads couldn't wait and got stuck in early.
Of course they did.
So let's hurry up and join them while there's still some traders left. Oh, and don't be taking no prisoners, because we've got enough of them already.
No quarter. No prisoners. But that's it for me, boys. Thank you guys for checking me out. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing.
What's the matter with you? Just kill everyone who isn't a bandit. Doesn't get any simpler than that.
That's true. There's not a simpler thing than that. But I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. I will see you guys later.